Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are here for some physical media news. I'm going to recommend to you 10 must-own 4Ks that Screen Factory has for sale right now at 50% off or more in their sale. Also, a few other big announcements have dropped, so lots to talk about. Pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so here we go. I'm going to use StreamYard. We're going to try to kick it like back and forth, give you a little bit different look at it than I normally do my physical media news. Lots of information on the ticker below. This week is the 1-year anniversary of AVA Pop Culture. And all of you out there, thank you so much, because the growth of this channel, I mean, there's a chance, like right now we're setting at 15,850 as I record this on Monday morning, May the, what is it today? May the 12th. There's a chance by the time we get to the live stream on Friday night, May the 16th, that we're over 16,000 or beyond in just 1 year. Guys, that is an amazing accomplishment, I'm going to tell you right now. And I owe all that to you. So we're going to do a big giveaway on that live stream. We're going to have some fun. We're going to maybe do some live look-ins at some of my movies on there, a little mini watch-alongs, all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to work on some other surprises for you all to put in there. So maybe some pop-ins, all kinds of stuff. It is going to be a big, fun live stream. But this sale just kind of snuck up. I really wasn't paying attention. My sights are set for the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale and the 2 new announcements coming from that. And, you know, I'm doing all these other videos, and I was like, you know what, though? There's some just damn good deals on some really good movies. And I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest, the ones that I'm going to pick up on this sale, too, just huge. I've actually put off a couple of videos that I was going to do and put out because I wanted to get this to you, because this sale doesn't last all that long, and there is some really good prices. If you don't have these are going to be 10 that I highly recommend. I think it's 10 that you grab right now. So let's go ahead and look at it. Here, we are going to pull this up. Let me see. Still learning StreamYard. Let's kick it. Here we go. Okay, well, the first thing, this isn't on sale, but if you don't have Night of the Creeps, you need to get Night of the Creeps. And I may double dip back in at some point. I was hoping this would go on sale so that I could justify double dipping back in, because I accidentally ordered the one with just the one slipcover, and I didn't get any I didn't get the posters or anything. And I didn't get my man Tom Atkins NECA figure. I'm not a big NECA figure collector, but I'm a Tom Atkins fan. Big fan of Tom Atkins. So I was hoping this would go for maybe just drop $15 or something so I could justify it. But this is a must get for me at some point. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger on the screen for you guys. All right, how about that? That way you get to see some of my cool, fun background that I made here. That's hard bodies back there, by the way. But yeah, okay, let's jump over to the sale. The big 4K Ultra HD sale. You see, it only runs to the 19th, so I wanted to get this out so you guys have at least a week to get it. Kind of looks a little Star Wars-y there. So first up, this is an absolute, at this price, this is a steal right here. If you do not have this 4K Carpenter Steelbook of They Live, I mean, how do you beat $17.49? So just right off the bat, this is recommendation number 1. If you do not have this, or maybe you just have the slip cover and you're thinking about the steel, $17.49 is giving the thing away at that point. And I'm going to get one that kind of ties in with this one later, but definitely 1A here is They Live for $17.49. It's hard to beat that price. So that is definitely one that I highly recommend. If I didn't, it's so cheap. As a matter of fact, even though I have it, it almost makes me just want to buy it because it's so cheap. And then to stay in that is the Fog Steelbook. You know, I'm a Carpenter guy, but these Steelbooks are super cool, and the 4Ks on these are insanely good. $19.99. Again, giving it away almost at this point. For a Steelbook, I mean, we know from Lionsgate Limited, the guy that came on there, he said it cost the companies about $4 to even make a Steelbook. So you start thinking about that. Take $4 off of this, and you're down at $15.99. Then all the others, they're not literally, they're close to giving this thing away to just make a few dollars off of it. But the Fog, recommendation number 2, we hadn't even got that far, and we're already 2 in. Now, if you notice, though, some of these don't have slips anymore, and some do. And so you got to keep that in mind. And I've been trying to keep that in mind. But if I could recommend to you guys something of the highest order, go buy Matinee. This is my 3rd recommendation. Buy Matinee. This one still has the slip cover. I don't think that you can't get the poster anymore. I screwed up. I never got the poster because I pre-ordered this from Amazon because I got so excited about it when it came out. And so I really lament the fact that I didn't get the poster on this. So if some of y'all have the poster out there that you don't want, I'm your man. I'm your man on that. But this movie, if I could give you this gift of one of the best 4Ks that exists on the planet and an awesome movie with so much movie nostalgia, old monster movie creature feature nostalgia, it's Matinee. I mean, this is just an incredible, fun movie and literally one of the best 4Ks. And $19.99, go buy it. If you don't have it, don't think about it. I'll stake my reputation on this movie. Buy this movie. If you like creature features, if you like the old sci-fi movies, if you like Joe Dante, if you like all that kind of stuff, the whole nostalgia of movie theaters and seeing horror movies in movie theaters, buy Matinee. Buy Matinee. And if you want one of the best 4Ks you're ever going to see, pure, way up here reference quality, buy Matinee. It is number 3. I mean, I'm not really ranking these. I'm just giving you 10, but it's my 3rd one. My goodness. If I had the money to, this how much I believe in this movie. If I had the money, this is one of 2 like this that's just so underrated. If I had the money to literally buy and give all of you a movie that I think you would like, that you maybe haven't seen, that you haven't bought, it's Matinee. It's Matinee. So that one looks like it still has the slip as well. Down here, I'm going to give you another Steelbook recommendation, and this is one I'm going to get myself on this sale. The original Magnificent Seven. Now, I actually like these American remakes better than the Kurosawa Seven Samurai. I like the original Magnificent Seven here with Yul Brynner and the gang. And I like the remake with Chris Pratt, Denzel Washington, and maybe the scene stealer in that movie to me is Ethan Hawke as Goodnight Robichaux. I love both of those. I don't have this one. I'm going to grab it for $19.99. That is a recommend. That is 4 recommendations on here. Magnificent Seven. Get both versions. Get the remake too. Get the remake. The remake is a good movie. It is fun, good movie. Now, of course, you know I have to recommend, and most of you probably have this, but a 5th recommendation on here is Killer Clowns. Absolute reference quality disc, a fun movie. The word is it's going to get a remake by Ryan Gosling of all people, who has acquired the rights for this, which is super interesting to me. I am a Gosling fan. So I like the fact that he's going to get me. Gosling is going to get me to the theater to see a new Star Wars movie when his Star Wars movie comes out. No, on nobody else but him. I think he has that movie star quality. We're looking for movie stars. Gosling, Michael B. Jordan. There's a few of them that I think could take up that mantle and run. If they pick the right movies and movies are marketed back the right way. But I digress. Killer Clowns, it is a reference quality disc. It is one of the best that Screen Factory has put out. If you want to show off color on a 4K system and setup, it is Killer Clowns. It's one of the first reviews I did. I think it's like the second video I ever did on my channel. And at the time, it was a totally killer release was the title. Deep dived into it. It's awesome. It is so much fun. It's a good gateway horror. Highly recommend Killer Clowns from Outer Space. $22.49. It's a great deal on that. So I think that's that's 5 that I've given you now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So there is a lot on here. This is one that I want to recommend right here. If you guys follow me, you know I'm a huge fan. I usually have it on display over here of Dog Soldiers. There is a second sight release of this, but if you don't want to spend that much, this is one of my favorite werewolf movies of all time. It's like top 4 for me. It's Predator with werewolves. Now it's not to the level of Predator. Predator is damn near a perfect script and a perfect action sci-fi horror film. It's so close to perfect of a perfect film for that genre. But essentially it is Dog Soldiers is that same concept. The soldiers, they encounter a monster, they got to survive, they got to fight back, they set traps, they do all this kind of stuff, the banter between them, all this kind of stuff, military, paramilitary force, or whatever, special forces. Super high recommend of Dog Soldiers. This looks like it still has the slip for $18.49. If you don't want that big second sight set, which I think you have to get like at Orbit or whatever, I think it's out of print on second sight. You'd have to get it from somebody. It's going to be 2.5 times this cost. So if you're not sure about it, grab this one. I'm going to be honest with you. This is one that I'm going to double dip on. Just because I want the different stuff that's on here. This is one of the few movies I'm such a big fan of. But this is the same Second Sight Films restoration. So if you're worried about the quality of how it looks, don't, because it is the same restoration as Second Sight. Now I'm going to go before I buy it and I'm going to check, because I don't think all of these are the same special features. So I want to check that out. Now, if they do turn out to be the same, all the same special features, I probably won't get this in full because I already have the Second Sight version. I probably won't get this if they're all the exact same, but I am a fan of that cover art too. $18.49 with the slip, looking really good here. So that is a recommendation, number 6. Now, it would be easy to say the Halloween movies and Child's Play and stuff like that. I'm trying not to recommend anything that doesn't have the slip, but there's definitely some good deals to be had out here if you don't care about whether or not you get the slip. Now, I want to go back to The Fog. This is kind of an additional recommendation. This is the set. I have both versions of The Fog because there's very few films that I will double dip on. Like I told you, they have to be at a certain level for me. I bought this set because I was collecting all the black box sets, but I wanted the steelbook too. So I bought this here, and this is a good deal. If you collect NECA figures and all that kind of stuff, if you want the poster, if you want the slipcover version, if you want that deluxe black box set that comes with a record with the score on it, $50. I mean, NECA figures themselves can cost $50. So this is a really good deal, in my opinion. This is what I was hoping that Night of the Creeps would go down to, was $50 like this. So this is a really good deal. Kind of a side recommend if you want to go all in on the Fog and you don't have it. I love the black box sets. The only two I'm missing are Prince of Darkness and the old Big Trouble in Little China, which was a Blu-ray. I got to get Prince of Darkness and those two, and I will complete my set of those, because I'm a big, I mean, Carpenter is number 2 director for me all time. So, but this is a damn good deal on that. I actually had a conversation on Instagram with Adrian Barbeau when I almost did not buy the NECA figure version, which was a funny little thing that happened. So there you go. That's kind of a side recommend. And I was trying, here you go. The Company of Wolves, number 7. This is I'm a werewolf movie fan, but this is like a fairy tale version of a werewolf movie. So you have like your Little Red Riding Hood type thing. This is like a fairy tale werewolf movie, scary, kind of otherworldly fantasy, all that. If you like things like Legend and stuff like that, Never Ending Story, kind of like creepy version of like Disney and Grimm fairy tales with werewolves, The Company of Wolves is a high recommend for me. It's still coming with the slip. I'm going to be honest. I bought this used off of eBay for this price to make sure I got the slip, and it was never going on sale, and I wasn't willing to pay $36 for it. So I bought it used for this price. So this is a really good price, and I got to recommend werewolf movies. So that's number 7, I think, on the list is Company of Wolves. I'll take a drink of my coffee. It's still early in the morning. All right. Sword and the Sorcerer. I have not seen this movie in forever. When I say forever, I'm talking about Kid Chase. Probably saw this movie. This is 1999. This is a fairly new, it's like a newer, really, I don't want to say new because it's been out for like 3 years, I think. But still has the slip, still showing with the slip. You're not going to get the poster. But for 1999, this is an R-rated, like, sword and sandal epic. And I am working on a sword and sandals recommendation deep dive list, sword and sandal movies. This is another one that came out like around, Conan, following up Conan right there with another R-rated movie like that. They thought it was going to be kind of like a knockoff Conan, and then it took off because Conan did so well. It did surprisingly well at the box office. It's in many ways better than Conan the Barbarian and Excalibur. I ain't going that far, but I don't have this one. I'm adding it to the collection at $19.99. No question. Like, I'm going to make my order when it comes off. So I recommend this to you. It's number 8, I believe, if I'm counting this down correctly. Take a chance on it. At $19.99, take a chance on it if you haven't seen it. It's in that, they talk about it a good bit in this awesome, which is something else I recommend that you can't get from Screen Factory, but the MVD Rewind, 1982, the greatest geek year ever. I recommend this too. They talk about Sword and Sorcerer in that movie, so or in this documentary. So I recommend grabbing it. I'm buying it on this sale. Now here's one that I won't buy, because I'm not buying that without the slipcover. And I don't have it yet, which kills me that I don't have it yet, but I'm not buying it without the slipcover. There is one other thing in here, but I'm not going to pay that big giant set that has this 4K, then the sequels in Blu-ray and the posters and the double slips and all that stuff has gone down to $100. But I'm still not paying $100 for that because I mainly want the first movie. I mean, I want them all, but I just can't do that right now. I'm trying to finish my Atmos system. Here is one that I would love to recommend and love to add to my collection. I'm not going to add it without the slip because I can go to eBay and get it for about this price and make sure I get the slip. So, but this is a great 4K though, from what I've seen, and a better movie than a lot of people think. Here is the big set that I was talking about. I mean, this thing just has everything. And it's down to $105. It says there's only 47 of them left. But I don't need... If it was just the 3 movies and the 3 posters with all slipcovers, and it was... If they were all 4K, I would buy them. I'm just afraid of buying all this and then the 4K hitting. I would rather take a chance and just buy individual Night of the Demons. And then if the others come out in 4K, I'll add them. Red Dawn. $17.49. This is one of my favorites. I have the slipcover. I did a full deep dive into this way early on the channel. Talked about the quality. I don't normally double dip. $17.49 for the 4K Steelbook. I'm probably going to grab this one too on this sale. It's got the dope. This is a great 4K. I think I pointed out in the review. There's a moment where Jed is carrying, where Patrick Swayze is carrying Charlie Sheen towards the end of the movie, and they've been shot, and it's snowing, and it's nighttime. You see stuff you've never seen. I see depth in individual snowflakes falling. It is crazy. This movie just kind of has a who's who. If you haven't seen this, definitely grab it. John Milius. This is arguably one of the first PG-13 movies. I like this alternative artwork. I don't normally buy for that. But again, I would say there's just a few handfuls of movies in existence that I'll double dip a 4K for. But when you talk about $17.49, and at some point I'm probably going to be hunting enough to get the free shipping, so that'll drop the price even more. I'm probably going to grab this one, and it's a recommendation. If you don't have Red Dawn, you will not be sorry. You can get this. They have the slipcover version too. High recommend Red Dawn. This is one that is going to break. I don't believe this ever had a slipcover. This is going to be my 10th recommendation. If you do not want, there's like a 101 Films big deluxe box set of this for like $50. If you just want both movies on 4K, I don't think this ever had a slip, so it's sort of irrelevant to that. You're going to get 2 movies here for $18.49. So basically comes out to like $9.50 a movie. And I don't have these in my collection. I don't really want to spend $50 on Slumber Party Massacre. I really just don't. So I'm not going to get the 101 Films version. I'm going to grab this on the sale. So I would recommend, because the value proposition is there. If you don't have these movies, you're not missing the slip. You will miss the poster. I think it had a poster initially, but I don't think it ever had a slip. If it had a slip, by all means, correct me in the comments and tell me. I will wait till Wednesday to put my order in. I'll wait a couple of days to put my order in. So you guys let me know too if I'm wrong down there, but I don't think this ever had a slip. So I'm going to recommend it here because it's basically $9 a 4K. You get 2 movies in here. So this is my 10th recommendation, a little double pack here. So that is what I'm looking at on the sale. Those are 10 very good recommendations. Clue is one that I would love to get. I know it had a slipcover, so I'm just going to go to eBay and get the slipcover version of it. The Dead Zone, I am ordering the Amazon exclusive steelbook on that because it is just an out-of-sight, badass looking steelbook on that. So there, Life Force, I got to recommend you get the Arrow version of Life Force that has the director's cut in 4K. But there is a lot of other stuff to be had. I just recently traded for Cat People. Crazy movie, but you still get the slip on that. So lots of stuff to still be had here. But the ones that I recommend, I highly recommend. And the others, a lot of them I maybe didn't recommend because they're either obvious or they don't have slipcovers. So if you don't care about slipcovers, you really have some good picks here. But a pretty good sale overall. I saw some people complaining about it. Man, if you can get 4K steelbooks at $17.50 or $20, or slipcover versions for $18.99 or $19.99, I don't really know what there is to complain about other than just, kind of wanting to complain. The old pal Dawn of the Disc, Disconnected. These guys that's all they spend their time doing is searching this stuff down. So I wanted to talk about the new Arrow kind of teaser in the movies that are coming out, and Creepshow 2, y'all. Listen now, this was one of my holy grails that I missed out on, that I did not get to start with, that out of print Blu-ray from Arrow, a limited edition set. I cannot wait to get this. I believe 100% this will be a UK and a USA release because nobody else has released it in the USA. I think this will be a double release. I really do. I think this will be I'm going to like that because I'm just so excited about it. I think this will be a double release. I think this will be a UK and a US release of this. And y'all, that is a instant order. There, as much as I was influenced by this movie to the point that my movie Creature Feature, I can't remember my own movie, got compared to it by horror publications and reviews. Creepshow 2, I actually probably watched more growing up. The friggin' Raft, that is like, y'all. I love this movie. So Creepshow 2, that's exciting. They also kind of leaked Rawhead Rex. I've actually never seen Rawhead Rex. Clive Barker presented film. I think he wrote the screenplay on this. When I was a kid, my mom and grandmother used to tell us stories of raw head and bloody bones. Like this, it's a pretty scary, like, ghost story. I'm on my first step. I'm on my second. Like, so I like know the history of this. Like, I don't know if that was a Southern thing or what, but I've never seen it. I'll probably get it because I've never seen it, and I know that story from my childhood, so I'm excited about that. The Visitor, I gotta admit, I know nothing about this movie. Absolutely. I can't. When I first saw the logo thing, I thought it was Terror Vision. I got no clue. I got no clue on this one. A battle between good ETs and evil ETs from 1979. Now, if you did not see it, y'all, now Kino Lorber's hitting me right in the 80s kid feels. My dad, if my dad were alive, he would be like, the minute he saw this announcement, he'd be like, Bubba, are you buying that? Because we're going to watch them. This is kind of stuff that we watched, man, when it came to like 80s martial arts stuff. I will buy this whole trilogy on 4K. I wish they would. I hope they do it in a box set. I hope they do it in a box set somehow. That would be badass. But Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and Ninja 3 Domination. I believe the chick from Ninja 3 Domination was in, the cheerleader camp, the movie that we all picture with the skeleton in the skeleton head cheerleader. I think she's in that, which was, I think the original title of that was Killer Pom Poms or something like that. I just watched it recently. But I believe she was in that. So that is a definite get. They announced a domestic 4K of In a Violent Nature. So I'm sure some of you are excited about that. It was shot with my same cinema camera, a Canon C70. So it definitely has the ability to go to 4K. But it's a digital camera. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, that camera looks more film-like than most. So if you're going to own it, that's the way. But man, you want to talk about the way. Holy crap. Lionsgate Limited, just take my money. Take my money. Frailty, coming to 4K from a Lionsgate limited steelbook all day long and twice on Sunday. Super underrated movie. I know a lot of people talk about it now. I wonder how many people have actually like watched it and really go in deep. Like I go in, that movie takes me to deep places. Just absolute must. And coming from a Lionsgate limited release, a steelbook, that's going to be badass. That was just some of the stuff that I had seen recently. I know the leaks on Arrow also kind of lend themselves to, I think, To Live and Die in LA and Thief, which both have 4K here domestically. So I'm guessing those are going to be UK only. And the Thief is interesting because that literally just came out like a month ago from Criterion. So that is almost assuredly a UK only. To Live and Die is in LA is probably a UK only. If it's a limited edition box set, I'll probably definitely still get it. Here's a little secret. I have never seen that movie. So that would be a blind buy. I know that's Freakin' Film, but those are almost assuredly UK only releases. So a lot of people are worried, hey, we didn't get a tease of Jason versus Freddy versus Jason. I still think that's coming. They didn't tease everything. I mean, they only put out there's 8, maybe. The Apartment was another one. So they only put out maybe 6 or 8 teases. They're going to do a lot more than 6 or 8 movies over the course. Mona Lisa was another one I don't know that much about. So they just wanted to tease you a little something there. I mean, they've already teased Spawn, so lots of stuff coming. But man, Creepshow 2, that bails me out because that thing's going for $200, $300 aftermarket price. So there's a lot going on. Better Off Dead, The Phantom, Serenity got announced on 4K. I'm picking up the Jaws steelbook for that documentary, and I think that's a badass steelbook. Of course, Jaws is an all-time favorite. Scream Factory just got me with their recent releases. I ordered Battle Beyond the Stars. I ordered Alexander. I ordered Abigail. I ordered Fade to Black. I did not have the Vinegar Syndrome one. And there was one other one that I ordered. Ace Ventura, but I just got the slipcover. I didn't get the steelbook. And then if there's one other thing I could recommend to you guys, this Convoy coming from Kino Lorber, if you didn't buy the expensive imprint version, now this one has Dolby Vision on it. Convoy is one of the best 4Ks. The Convoy from Imprint is one of the best 4Ks in existence. It is one of the best 4Ks in existence. So I highly recommend, if you didn't get it, I think you can pre-order it right now for $27.99. It is worth all that and then some. Now, I'm not getting it because I have the huge Imprint box set. That's the definitive one. But this one has the great original artwork. And y'all, that is the best, one of the best. It's one of the best in existence, 4Ks that's ever been done. Period. So that is, that's a high recommend for me too. And there is just a lot of stuff kind of dropping. You know, we are in a golden age in a lot of ways of this. And I know there was a lot of you guys that were asking me about, what do I think about not buying so much or, changing the way that you collect. Well, I'm probably going to do a whole video on it, but to be honest with you, I don't hoard titles. So a lot of the people that have the consternation of I'm just having to scale back. I'm just having to not pay. And, my man Ken is, and Ken and I talk. I watch Ken all the time and all that stuff. So I'm not just calling him out or anything like that, but a lot of you were asking me about it. Ken has more titles than he's ever going to watch, and he has a lot of titles that he doesn't like, and he knows he's never going to watch. And a lot of folks are like that. But if you follow me, if I blind buy something and I don't like it, it's getting moved out of my collection for some cash and space to buy something I do like. I don't buy tons of multiple copies of stuff. There's only a select few movies that I do that for. So, you know, like I got all my DVDs off of here. I eventually want everything to replace Blu-ray, and I'll have a special home for Blu-rays. I won't get rid of those, but I consolidated them all down to this, to two of these cases, where I got to keep all the artwork in there. So I don't tend to have that same issue. So I just would stress, like, coming from the other side, somebody who went away from collecting for a little while and came back, all of that stuff is not always going to be available at the prices. So, you know, you might not like $40 now, but if in a year from now it's sold out and you really wish you had got it, it's going to cost you 2 or 3 times that amount to get it. And you say, if you can live without it, then fine. But also remember, with these small boutiques, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'll go into it more. I was going to start trying to acquire movies and do restorations and release them. But everybody has been complaining so much and so upset about, like, Ignite Films' Reanimator release, that the big box set, which is bigger than a Arrow chunky box, it's more like a big thick second sight box, are complaining that it was $80, and they're complaining, and a lot of people are complaining that the slip is $49.95, the slipcover version. And they're complaining about, like, the Beyond set that's $65 for an Arrow box style with, like, a 6-disc set and a new restoration and all that kind of stuff. The outcry over that, or like the complaining about $41 like steel books of Tombstone or A Knight's Tale, stuff like that, has pushed me off from doing it. Because I will be 100% honest with you, we got with a business model, we ran numbers, all that kind of stuff, in order to be solvent, in order to have a company that can make a profit and continue to buy and put out more movies. As a small company, I would have to put out those 4Ks with slipcovers between $45 and $50. I would have to put out limited edition box sets between $60 and $70 in order to make a profit to be able to keep going. And the amount of pushback at that price point, even with super high quality, thoughtful, loving, caring releases done by fans, bringing in directors, composers, actors, all this stuff, campaigning for it and supporting it. Even with all that, there is a lot of pushback for spending $49.95, etc. on a release. So that made me step back from that. And I just hope it doesn't make small boutiques step back from that, because I'm going to tell you guys, if we don't support the small boutiques, eventually you're only going to be left with 3 or 4 places that you can buy movies from. And then when there's no competition in the marketplace, guess what happens? Those 3 or 4 places can charge whatever they want. They can charge whatever they want. And if you want it, that's the only places to go to get it. So the more competition, the more these small ones spring up, the better off we are. But you got to support them when they do. And I mean, I'm just telling you from a business standpoint, you guys are like, that's not fair, they're gouging. From what it costs to acquire them and what it costs to have the restorations done, even with me doing some of the stuff myself, what it costs to have some of the stuff done and to get the packaging and the artwork and everything else, I would have to be around those price points too. So I step back from that. I'm just going to worry about my own movies for right now, because if the outcry is screw those people, they're charging too much, I'm not buying that, I'll wait for it to come down, I'll wait for one of the big boys to put it out. You're killing yourself and you don't know it. If you say I'm not buying from the small company, I'm going to wait for the big company to put it out. You are killing yourself and you don't know it. Also, first of all, there's no guarantee that, but with the rights issues, because like if I bought the 4K rights to something, I don't have to put that on Amazon. I don't have to put that on sale. I could be like, screw it. You're buying it for me and you ain't getting it. Because I got to make my money back. So everybody's like, well, Arrow will do it eventually. Only if Ignite Films sells Reanimator to them to put out in the UK, or they sell it to them as their right, or wait for their rights to expire or something. And you're just sitting there waiting for it to come out from Arrow for $38.99. So, okay, good. You saved $12. They're going to use the same scan. And that small company that did all that work, to hell with them over $12. See where I'm saying? That's why I step back from it. I'm going to worry about my own films from now, because the juice has to be worth the squeeze. You can't get in this business to make $2 a unit. You will fail. Just like the guy that did Code Red Pictures. He loved movies so much. By the time he passed away, he had like leveraged himself to death. He had no money, everything else, because people wanted him to keep selling movies cheaper and cheaper. And at some point, you can't do it. You love the movies, but you have to have enough money to live and be able to do that. So he had like triple mortgaged his house. He had nothing. So you know, it's like that, and I'm not going to go down that road. I'm going to worry about my movies first, and then hopefully some of the attitude on this will change, because y'all, I'm telling you, from somebody who has worked on that side of it, it is labor intensive and a huge process for somebody to individually like restore a movie. This isn't like some behind the scenes massive corporations everywhere. There's just one or two guys working on every step of this. Okay, with just hours upon hours of work involved. You are not going to get a tailor-made suit at an off-the-rack price. So if you want the care, the attention, the love, the packaging, the extras, all that kind of stuff, you got to pay for it. You're going to be willing to pay for it. Are you willing to pay an extra $10 for all of that? If not, then eventually we'll get only what the few handful of big boys put out, and that'll be it. But rant over. I'll go into that more later. It's just I see you can cut your nose to spite your face if you're not careful. But if you help keep the thing going, move the movies you don't like on down the line. If you know you're not, my rule is not if I'm going to get rid of it. If I'm not going to watch it multiple times in my life, I am going to sell it, trade it, get space, get money to buy more things that I will watch multiple times in my life. I hope to have another 40 years of life. That's a lot of time to watch movies. So hopefully I have time to watch them multiple times. Get rid of stuff that's just taking up space that you will never, ever watch again, and keep the wheel turning on this so that we get more stuff and you can trade space and money and then have the money and space to buy more stuff that you will watch multiple times. But that's what I got for you this time. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. You see the little ticker going down through here. If you want to help support the channel even more, you can join at my YouTube link and be a YouTube channel member right down here. That link is there, but I would push you to my Patreon link. It's down there in the description too. You see it on the ticker down through here, because I have realized I can put way more stuff over there. I don't have to worry about copyright. I don't have to worry about censorship. I can share way more with you over there, and they take way less and all that. So while I still put stuff on YouTube, I can just do more on Patreon. And no matter what, though, you're going to get your name and lights on every single video, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, special members only videos, and a whole lot more. Don't forget, this week, May the 16th, Friday night, 1 year anniversary celebration live stream of the channel. Maybe live look-ins at some of my movies. Watch along a little bit. All kinds of surprises I'm working on, giveaways, and so much more. And until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. I know.